Hey, so today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 steps to getting unstuck and out of your own way. If for whatever reason you are new to me, I am new to you, you've never seen my content, you don't know who I am, it's all good. Like this is not happening by happenstance. I am Danielle, the coach. I'm a certified life and leadership coach. I help entrepreneurs free themselves from their 9 to 5s without regret so that they can then pivot into the life of their absolute wildest dreams. So, if the title of this video caught your attention or captivated you in any way, I want you to lean in for just a second, right? Because I hear a couple of things, a couple of different ways from people that I tend to attract. And so I have 3 things that I want to share with you about how you can get unstuck if you feel like you're getting stuck. And if you know for a fact that you're in your own way, or maybe today you'll learn that you're the thing that's in the way. It's not something else, it's you. You're in your own way. I'll have a little something to support you with getting out of your own way. So, housekeeping. If you are here with me live, do me a favor and say, hey, D, hey, something in the chat so that I know that you're here. Hopefully, it'll show up for me on the application that I'm using. If you happen to be watching the replay, you can say, hey, D, as well, or just drop a comment replay, and I'll come back through and show you some love too. So, the first step to getting unstuck and out of your own way is being honest with yourself, right? And the honesty comes in a couple of different ways. So, one, being honest about the fact that you feel stuck, right? That if you've even been able to label your sentiments about where you are in life and or career, like, yeah, what I feel stuck, right? And whatever stuck looks like or feels like for you, that's the label that you're putting on it, right? So you're being honest about the fact that I'm going to say that you're stuck, but I'm going to qualify it and say that you feel stuck because I believe that stuck is it's a feeling, right? You're only stuck because you haven't made a decision to do something different, right? I can go on, I think that's probably another video, but I'll just leave that part there, right? So you're being honest about the fact that you feel stuck. But then the second part of that is being honest about the fact that it's you that is holding you back, right? You may feel like there are vices in other people and situations and circumstances that are in the way, right? But when you really, really think about it, you always get to choose. So there's a level of honesty that you really have to tap into if you want to break free from this state that you're in of feeling stuck wherever you are, whether it's in life and or your career. The second step is to enlist help. I got a little thing with H's tonight, right? So the first thing is to be honest with yourself. The second thing is to enlist help, the right support, the right accountability. And so why this is paramount is because a lot of times, and I'm speaking to my tried and true high achievers and go-getters here, we're so accomplished and we do so many things well that when we find ourselves in this space of feeling stuck, it's almost as though, well, I feel like I should be able to figure this out. I always figure it out. I can figure this one out too. But what I know that I know that I know, not only from lived experience for myself, but also having supported a number of clients through their own personal transition from stuck to start, um, and through their own transformation into out of like the status quo living into a life that they absolutely love, that they've created by design. One thing that I know is that being honest with yourself about the fact that you've tried this thing in your own might and you've done all that you can with what you have, and it's time to call in reinforcements. That's a game changer. It's a game changer. I absolutely did it when I was in the thick of it. In when I was working my 9 to 5, I never in my life thought about hiring a life coach. And I was on my way home on that 2 hour commute from DC to Richmond. And I was just over it. I was overwhelmed. I was over it. Like work was not doing it for me. It was draining the life out of me. And I remember looking over at one of my friends that rode the van as well and was making a crazy commute. And he happens to be a therapist. And I asked him, I said, "Do you know any life coaches? I feel like I need a life coach. Like my life is out of control." And I don't know where that came from. I had never ever pondered on hiring a life coach. But as I was assessing where I was in life and how disgruntled and how jaded I had become and just like over it, I knew something had to give. I was not in a healthy space spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. I just was not. And I knew that if I didn't do something different, that it wouldn't be good for anybody involved. And so um, I know that everything happens for a reason and that there are people that are in our lives for divine reasons. And this particular friend just so happened to know a life coach. And he gave me their information, and the rest is history. And so, hiring, sometimes you may have to hire the help that you need to get the results that you want. Sometimes it may not be free, but you're worth it. Whether it's a therapist, whether it's a coach, life coach, whether it's a career coach, whether it's all of the above, right? You may have to pay for the help that you need, but you're worth it. You can invest in yourself. And when you've reached a point in your life, especially in your career, where you begin to take back control over where you show up, where you take up space, and where you invest your time and your money, and not being solely dependent on your job to pay for training, to pay for personal and professional development, when you begin to take ownership of that, the game changes. So, the first H was being honest with yourself about the fact that you feel stuck, about the fact that you need help, right? Two is enlisting the right help, right? Enlisting help and support in the areas where you are feeling like deficient in this particular season. The third H is I had to come up with another H, right? So I'm just going to say hours, but the hours for me equates and translates into work. Like you got to do the work. So, you know, faith without works is dead, right? It works if you work it. If you're waiting for something to fall out of the sky into your lap, some type of opportunity, situation, or circumstance, anything is possible, right? But knowing how frustrated you are, knowing how overwhelmed you are with everything that you have at play, personally and professionally, knowing how jaded and unfulfilled you are, like you barely have gas in the tank, and you might not have any gas in the tank. You likely are running on fumes, right? However, this is where that help and support comes into play, because it's combining brain cells, right? It's combining minds, it's combining like energy in support of you figuring out what you want to do, and also helping you to come up with a coordinated and structured way to pull you out of the quicksand that you feel like you've been in, from the space of you feeling stuck like up until now. So you got to do the work. Like Arsha Jones said, nobody's coming to save you. You can ask for the help that you need, right? Go get what you need and wave your white flag and say, I've done all I can do by myself, right? I need some help. And that's actually a noble thing to do. It doesn't mean that you're weak. It doesn't mean that you're the opposite of a go-getter. It actually means you're wise, right? It actually means that you're wise. And a lot of the successful people that you may admire have coaches, right? Have therapists, and see both um, at the same time, right? And so that's a life hack and a cheat code at the same time that I definitely want to shine a light on, in the event that you are that person that I've been describing since I've been speaking in this particular video, right? Be honest with yourself. It's okay to ask for help. Like ask for the help that you need. And if you don't know where to find the help that you need, maybe that's the first question to ask as well. And the third thing is like putting in the work. And so the work doesn't always have to be the hours, which equates to the work, right? But the work doesn't always have to be arduous and laborious, right? Sometimes it's as simple as following a link, clicking a link, right? Following the breadcrumb. exposing yourself to some new information, opening yourself up to some new information and resources. So case in point, I want to invite you to check out the link that is in the description of this video, wherever you may be watching it, which is quitwithoutregret.com. If you are someone who is just totally over like your job, right? You want something different, you need something different. You may not be ready to leap into full-time entrepreneurship, and that's fine, right? There's no judgment. I get it. Your strategy may be to just find another job to get you by so that you can then begin thinking about the next step, which might be entrepreneurship for you, right? I get it. So if that's you, or if you know that entrepreneurship, whether full or part-time, is what's on tap and next for you, then I also want to invite you to click that link or go to quitwithoutregret.com and see what I have waiting for you there. And what you'll find there is a quick video where I share with you my 7-step framework, which I call the 7 P's to quitting without regret, which you can take and begin to implement yourself. Like I've done the work, I've lived it, it's proven, right? So you could take that and implement it yourself, or you can also see what next might look like if you were to work with me. But there's more information on how to do that in that video. But listen, just take the first step. Go to quitwithoutregret.com or click the link in the description of the video, wherever you may be watching this. If you are here with me live, do me a favor and say, hey, I don't see any comments. If you happen to be catching the replay and you didn't let me know you caught the replay, let me know now. Leave a comment and just say replay or say, hey, D. If you know somebody that needs to hear this, right? Somebody's been talking to you ad nauseum about their job, right? Where they are in life, they feel stuck, they're disgruntled, they're unfulfilled. Share this with them. You can tag them, DM it to them, however you want to get it to them. Share this with them. Okay, share the wealth. There's enough of this to go around. And if something that I said in this video resonated with you, do me a favor and drop a comment and let me know that too, so I'll know more about what to keep sharing that you want to hear. All right, I'll see you in the next one.